It is Thursday, May 28th, Ryan Suzuki's birthday in the United States and Canada, and this is a show called What Chaos from the Sports Interaction Studio in Boston, Massachusetts. My name is David Bean. I sit beside Pete Blackburn, and holding it down in the City of Champs is Sean DePaz. Pete, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Don't touch me.
I wasn't able to fucking touch it. If I touched that thing that I had there yesterday, Sean saw me setting that up. I put work into it the first time. Yesterday, not even half-assed. Like, would you say, Sean, that was like eighth-assed? That was very poorly put together.
I did not recall the original one being.
It's because it blew your mentality.
I don't recall it. I didn't realize there was a difference this time. I'll say.
That's very nice of you to say, but yes. I think there was a noticeable.
I don't know that it's a compliment.
I know what you know. You're saying like, oh, it's like what when I, not to overshare, but when I would tell Pete like, hey, I think I'm putting on some weight here. He'd be like, you look the same to me as you always look. I'm not noticing anything. It's nice of you to say, but don't bullshit a bullshitter. The first time we did fake Pete, it looked like people were like,
well.
Pete?
I will say, last time you had fake Pete, it was a multi-sensory experience.
That's true. Yeah, the voice was included.
The sounders and stuff.
We did silence Pete yesterday.
Yes.
Shout out to Jeff Merrick and Tonboy Max. Did a great job. I listened to yesterday's episode. My favorite part was you and Jeff Merrick being like, we're talking about the mercenary coach, and both of you being like, I had this conversation with someone recently, and neither of you realizing that you had it with each other on the show like 2 weeks ago.
Very recently, and after Sean was like
yelling in the car, I was like, "You had it on the show."
I didn't realize
each other.
Either.
And after the show, we were like, "What's a good social clip?" And Sean was like, "You know what was good was that stuff about Sam Allardyce. We should do that." And I think it was you in the group chat that was like, is someone fucking pranking me here? You made a social clip of that too.
Yeah.
We're into reruns, folks.
It happens.
Yeah.
I mean, the take's so nice we did it twice. Before we get to today on the show, let's offer an update on Young Gritty, okay? Young Gritty has been suspended by Twitter, and we reacted live to it yesterday. Thank you to @not affiliated with Gritty in the chat, who I'll quickly say the updated aesthetic from hologram Young Gritty.
Is that what that is?
I don't think it's supposed to be a hologram, but I'm just calling you have hair all over you. This is the wrong day for you to not want me to touch you, brother.
Yeah, sorry.
Hey, you're
my dog.
You're inviting me to touch you, and I'll take that.
I'm not inviting.
Yes. It's a real obsession, like pre-wish thing where
You just can't help yourself. I'm not inviting you.
No. I'm seeing people complain on obsession. Like people think that people saying that Nikki had a crush on him are toxic, and like they shot it both ways. They shot it as though she had a crush on him and shot it as though she didn't, and then mixed the two together.
I'll tell you what, I'll take this discussion over the inevitable turning point on the movie. Like this happens no matter what, when everybody decides they love a movie, and then there becomes a point where everybody decides, actually, that movie sucks.
We call that what?
La La Landing.
Yeah,
and,
we're not going to La La Land obsession, okay?
We haven't gotten there yet, and I hope that we never get there.
No. And in fact, I've only enjoyed it more and more since, which I know has been kind of everyone's experience with it. But yes, I like the.
He was asking for it. Look what he was wearing, in parentheses, hairy shirt.
Nicole, you said it, not me. Right? Okay, Young Gritty suspended by Twitter, and I do like the new look that Young Gritty's going for. I also kind of like calling Young Gritty hologram Young Gritty while he's suspended. Maybe that's your new account. We reacted to it yesterday when we learned Sean broke the news that Young Gritty was suspended for impersonation. And I haven't watched it back, but I believe all three of us, Max, Sean, and myself, were all like, Flyers, come on, what are you doing? And as that conversation went on, I tried to distance myself from the Flyers, what are you doing thing, because I got a theory that maybe it was some VGK fans or any sort of enemies that Young Gritty might have being like, if I report this account for impersonation, it's going to be put on the Flyers. So someone who hates Young Gritty and the Flyers can kind of, it's like the Practice. Remember that show, David E. Kelly? Like if someone gets cheated on, what they would do is they would murder the Gumar and frame the husband for it. So like fuck both of those people. I can say with confidence the Philadelphia Flyers have been framed. I strongly believe, based on information I have gathered, that the Philadelphia Flyers did not report Young Gritty for impersonation. And I have some reasons.
I could have guessed that. The Flyers hooked Young Gritty up with the playoff P jersey.
One, the Flyers like Young Gritty.
Yeah.
Two, respectfully, Flyers fans, I'm not telling you anything you don't know. You've done some weird shit on the internet.
There are worse seeds than Young Gritty.
And that has not been reported because you all stay out there on the internet. So I will say with confidence, and yeah, I also asked around, this isn't the Flyers. But, I mean, I guess that's good news for the Flyers because people won't be mad at them. Is it better news for Young Gritty or us? No, we still our beloved child is still living as a hologram right now. I know that Young Gritty has tried to take the steps to get the account unsuspended and has said, hey, I did not intend for this to be impersonation. I understand, like, I guess if you didn't know much about the account, you see that there's a doll of Gritty and it says Young Gritty, but if you look at the bio or you look at the stuff I'm doing, like, I am absolutely not pretending to be Gritty. That, of course, gets an automated response from Twitter that's like, hi, welcome to X. You were suspended for impersonation. Do not reply to this. And that's it. So we've asked around, tried to find people. I talked to people at The Nation. I was like, hey, do we have any sort of liaison or connect at Twitter who could help with this? And I got the exact answer I expected, which was, we did. And then that person's job was eliminated.
Yeah, that does sound right. I'm still going to see if I can hit up some phone lines, push some buttons.
Not to put this on you, but I think our best chance is you doing this.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do for Young Gritty.
Because quite frankly, like...
Or maybe I won't, because Young Gritty, you reap what you sow, bitch.
Oh, Pete did it. It was Pete the whole time.
Bet you wish you didn't send me that Jordan Bennington jersey now, you piece of shit.
He also sent
Rest
you...
in piss, bozo.
He also sent you a Charlie McAvoy jersey
that
in
happened
my
to be
exact
your size.
Yeah. I don't understand what your problem is. What's on the show, Peter?
Today on the show, we're talking about the worst birthday ever because Jakub Dobeš had the worst birthday ever yesterday, at least since Justin Bieber in 2014.
Very good.
Around there.
20. I'm going to say it was between 2011 and 2013 because I remember it happening.
2013. We were both close.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber had the worst birthday ever.
Yes. Jakub Dobeš joined him. Sean, do you have it?
Yes, I do.
If you do not know, in 2013, Justin Bieber spent the week leading up to his birthday tweeting that his birthday was coming up. And then you see in the 2 days leading up to it, gonna be fun tonight. Thanks to everyone for all the birthday wishes. 19 exclamation point. Hashtag give back today for my birthday. Big night ahead. And then the one to cap it all off as the day turned to March 2nd, worst birthday.
It's the best.
Poor guy.
That was an in real time experience that we all got to have.
And that was all because he got like turned away from a club or something.
I think it was because one of Will Smith's children, who was like 12 years old, was
14,
not allowed into the club. Yeah.
Jaden.
Yeah.
Jaden Smith was turned away from the club, and so Justin Bieber had the worst birthday ever until Jakub Dobeš.
Welcome back, 19-year-old Justin Bieber. Jakub Dobeš hates you.
We've got Copycast League.
Yes.
That's what's that about?
Bruce Cassidy is one of us, because Bruce Cassidy has joined the ranks of people who have said, I kind of think the Golden Knights are a little fucked up in the way that they handle their business. Bruce Cassidy went on Spittin' Chicklets, I believe, live today and spoke, as Bruce Cassidy does, candidly about being held up and not being allowed to interview for jobs that he is now basically outwardly saying he wants to interview for and he wants to take. So we will play some of that great get by Spittin' Chicklets and react to Bruce Cassidy weighing in.
You think Bruce Cassidy has a PR team? Or is he just like... Actually, he's got an agent. And the agent is probably just like, get out there, start talking, apply pressure.
Yeah, I have a theory on that. I'll say it now. We tried to get Bruce Cassidy on the show last week, and it's very possible that Bruce Cassidy was like, I don't feel like going on with those guys right now. I'll go on with Chicklets when I want to do something. That would make a lot of sense. He might know those guys better, but he definitely knows that they have a bigger following. But when we reached out to get him, the response from the Coaches Association was like, hey, not right now. Let's wait like a week or two, see what happens. Let's not try to make this whole scene crazier than it's been.
Do you think they were waiting for the Knights to get eliminated and then the Knights swept the Avalanche and they were like, fuck, get them out there now?
So my theory is Bruce, whomever thought like this is going to have resolution soon. So like, let's not make this an angrier situation than it needs to be. Let's not stoke the flames here. Something's going to get resolved soon. And then maybe, I don't know how long ago that was. Maybe it was a week, something like that. A week goes by and it is clear that whatever they might have thought was going to change did not change. And they're like, okay, we could go and yell this at a town hall, or we could go scream it from a mountain. Let's go scream it from a fucking mountain. And good. We will play the clip, but I encourage everyone to check out Bruce Cassidy on Spittin' Chicklets because it was very good.
Next item on today on the show is Pete Blackburn. What's that all about?
Well, just that you're back today, and there was some fun things that we hit yesterday, mainly with Max, that I wish that you were in on that part of the conversation. And then there was another. Well, there was a couple of things. One in particular, I want to hit some of the Jersey stuff with you again, but then there was Max was very hot on teams that don't have like heritage, trying to work heritage into things they do. And I was like,
yeah, it was your faux
Faux-backs.
Yeah, I was like, dude, you are singing Pete's song right now. It was a very big Pete episode, given that
it was big as it can be if I'm not there.
Yeah.
It does make sense that there would be a big Pete episode when I am not there, because famously when I am here,
it's never
episode. A big Pete episode. And finally, you got it. Today in Worlds. We've got some updates from Worlds. God damn it, I'm going to be so sad when Worlds is over. What an absolute pivot on the Worlds thing, because
it's entertaining.
Doing Today in Worlds is so fucking fun. Finding reasons to care about Worlds. And I'll tell you what, Worlds has given us reasons to care.
And
it's the perfect little bit of ridiculousness.
Yeah.
Because everything about it is ridiculous.
Yeah, we open and close World's discussion with, keep in mind, this doesn't matter. And if you're new to hockey, please don't get confused by this. We don't want to mislead you and make you think that any of this stuff matters. It for real doesn't. It's made up. But yeah, Today in Worlds I like because it's the part of the show that I don't look at all before. And I'm like, if you two find something that interested you about Worlds, I certainly wasn't looking for it. But if you found something cool, I know today's Today in Worlds, because my mentions are a disaster of thoughts and prayers. And I am a little rattled by what we're going to discuss in Today in Worlds.
Sean, can I ask you a question? Maybe at the end of the episode, you want to do like a tiny bit of video game talk?
Oh,
I got some updates for you, and
I think I know where this is going. But yes, by all means.
All right.
Okay, the Carolina Hurricanes have gone up 3-1 in the Eastern Conference Final, folks. It brings me, I'll say no joy, but also no way to call this a commanding lead.
Yes.
I'm going to shoot you straight. Couldn't be the Montreal Canadiens. They don't shoot. I'm going to shoot you straight and say the Carolina Hurricanes have a commanding lead and are making preparations for the Stanley Cup Final against the Vegas Golden Knights.
We are on PP and doo-doo watch for the conference finals of the NHL playoffs this year.
We are on have to order anything for the Tulski Gambit with rush shipping because the Stanley Cup final might start Monday instead of Thursday.
It's fucking crazy, man. Yeah, it's super disappointing, honestly. Super disappointing that we are getting really nothing in terms of the conference final. And yeah, the Canadiens won game 1, but that did not look like the Carolina Hurricanes in game 1. And since the Carolina Hurricanes have showed up to this series, since they have worked off that rust from 2 weeks of rest, this series has not been close and it has not been entertaining. And I mean, all credit to the Carolina Hurricanes. Let's get that out of the way, because anytime you talk about like one team just absolutely taking belt to ass and making a series boring, there is always the perceived disrespect of the team that's winning, and it often comes from Carolina Hurricanes fans.
Yep.
Carolina Hurricanes have done an incredible job in this series. I am disappointed that it is not more entertaining as a neutral observer. I am disappointed that we are not seeing more from the Montreal Canadiens, and we will get into the numbers of how one-sided this is, of how embarrassing this is for Montreal. But yeah, I'm very disappointed that 2 series that I thought were going to be pretty good, and I hyped up the Eastern Conference as like, hey, don't overlook this one. Both of them have been ass.
Yeah, I mean, I watched the way that the Canadiens play in this series, and I am so frustrated with the Colorado Avalanche because I'm like, this one actually kind of made sense, okay? The Magic team stops having magic against the team that has been knocking on the door for years. Mm-hmm. Clearly, the Hurricanes had the advantage going into this series. We all expected them to win, but you know what? The Canadiens are fucking magic, so I'm not going to be stupid and say that this one is going to be quick by any means. I need, if it's going to be quick, the President's Trophy winner to not pull a Harambe, I guess.
Houdini? I would say Houdini just fucking got out of there.
Did you see the video of Harambe that came out?
Getting shot unjustly?
No. Unless
the video that came out.
Yes. Yeah, there's new Harambe video that
Are you sure
came
it's
out
not
today.
AI? Because you got by an AI animal video yesterday.
I did, hand up, although that one was
that one looks, I will say, like I had to look. That's how good AI is getting. I'm being like, I'm not sure. But if you're not sure, the answer is usually it's AI.
And if you get tricked by an AI thing, like someone made a Bruins fan did faked a leak of a jersey, and I was like, hey, like this is not the real jersey. Mm-hmm. And some people were like, oh my God, I can't believe he fell for that. Whoa, mocking me. And I'm like, yeah, I believe that you were doing something sincerely. Why is the fucking joke on me? It's the Pete Holmes thing. Like, everyone gives me shit for being gullible. You lie to me, and I believe you, and I'm the asshole here. So now, if you get fooled by AI on some stuff, like the joke is always on, and the bad guy is always the person who made the AI thing.
Disagree.
And position it as being
disagree.
If you position an AI thing as being real, not as a joke, then you're being an asshole.
But
I agree with that.
There are certain videos where it is so clearly AI, and if you are duped by it, then you are kind of the asshole, or you're like the idiot.
The joke is the asshole is the person who did the AI. The joke is still absolutely on the person who falls for the AI.
I mean, if it's the crab thing, like, did you see the that was
thing.
shocking how many people fell for that. There was a video of a crab going underground, and there's a whole crab community, but they build like ceilings, and they have like overhead lighting, and everyone's like, damn, I didn't know crabs had it like that. If you fall for that, you're stupid. The one I fell for was the one of the dog in like a dog show, like
tipping over
cones. That, I mean, I guess Boo caught me sleeping, but
I haven't heard that in so long.
Like, I mean, someone said, hey, check out this dog that knocked over a cone, and isn't it plausible a dog would knock over a cone? Why am I an asshole for that? That was
plausible. The dead giveaway for me was the middle-aged to elderly men in the crowd golf clapping and having no other reaction to the dog.
I mean, I don't watch those men. I was not watching those men. I was watching the dog.
Understandable. That's completely understandable.
Free tip for anybody who finds themselves getting got by AI pretty often. Just listen to the video. And if it sounds like the person talking is like underwater and there's like a weird distortion to the audio, it's probably AI. So all the horny old men that are on Instagram responding to clearly AI videos of like the hottest women you've ever seen being like, hope you have a great day, beautiful. And like, please listen to their voices.
I'll also say, chat heavily did not know that dog was AI.
That's what I'm saying. Like that was a believable video. I'll give you that. I'm not embarrassed for you. I'm just embarrassed for you that you got by a video of AI.
Well, the reason I sent it was I saw it from I'm going to get accused of Barstool glazing here, but I saw it via the Barstool main account tweeted, be ungovernable. And it was a video of the dog kicking over. And I said like, Barstool main account with a like kind of amazing caption ? And you were like, that's AI. It was.
That was a good caption.
Hand up. It was a good caption. Okay. Give credit where it is due. Okay. The Hurricanes dominating the Canadiens makes me upset that we don't have another series to say at least, okay, this shit's going to happen. Sometimes a team makes quick work of another team, but this series, this Eastern Conference Final, where every series the Canadiens have played has been really exciting and fun to watch. This being bad makes the Western Conference Final being ass so much worse because, like, we're kind of bored and we're kind of lost now.
Yeah.
We're talking about Worlds today on the show.
Yeah, definitely bored, definitely lost, definitely disappointed. And we can have the conversation. I do want to have, like, the playoff format conversation a little bit.
Fine.
Yeah, I know that you don't. We can be quick, but like this doesn't have to happen. And the devil's advocate I'll play here is that obviously Vegas is through, and if Vegas gets through, I think that we're all pretty clearly, sorry to Vegas fans, we're all pretty clearly anybody but Vegas, and it does help that case if Carolina makes quick work of Montreal and gets through and starts this pretty soon. But on the other hand, like, do we count game one of this series as Carolina facing adversity?
Home, first game in 3 months. Yes, I mean, because when the Hurricanes lose game one of the Eastern Conference Final, every game that the Hurricanes lose in the Eastern Conference Final has the weight of
yeah, that's true. 3
losses. Or maybe it doesn't. Maybe they're just like, ain't a damn thing changed. We've been here before. We know that. Like, this is what happens.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is what happens. We're used to this. This isn't new for us. We're also going to lose game 2. And you know what? Come ask us. Come see us for game 3. We're going to lose that shit too. You think we're scared? We're losing this series. It's what we do.
Yeah. So, like, I just don't know if, like, I don't know. I don't think I have belief in Montreal being able to make this a series based off of what we've seen. And I also don't know if I want to see them make it a series because I just want Carolina or whoever to come out of the East to be in the best position to win the Stanley Cup final. And the more games they play, I think the worse that scenario is, especially you saw Logan Stakehoven take a fucking slash to the hand yesterday, and I was like, don't hurt people. Don't start hurting people now.
We need these guys.
We'll see. I'm just kind of, I think we're all Canes down at this point, just based off of the way that this series has gone and the fact that we're kind of gleaning that they have the best opportunity to beat Vegas.
I'm so Canes down. My mom texted me last night about the Canes. My mom, after I forget what goal, my mom was just like, damn, like, this is sick. And I'm like, yeah, we're just all kind of like everyone's Canes down. And is part of it anyone but Vegas? Yes, but that's because all of it is anyone but Vegas. I kid Canes fans.
I mean, I got so many texts yesterday just being like, this shit is so over. Like, it feels like everybody is so sick of this series already, even more so than I think Vegas, Colorado through 3 games.
And I'll clarify, I'm simultaneously Canes down and disappointed and just like sad about this series.
For sure, yeah.
I mean, my being Canes down has nothing to do with the Vegas Golden Knights. While I don't want Vegas to win, it is simply because I think I just really do hate the Montreal Canadiens now.
So explain why you hate the Canadiens now. I mean, I think there's reason, but go ahead. I don't.
This series,
I don't love the Canadiens. I'm not a Canadiens fan. I don't hate the Canadiens. I will get to my point after your point.
No, I just first off, I think the Sabres put up a better fight than this. I don't know that it's not still 3-1, but I still think it's a slightly better fight. And
you should hate the Sabres then.
What's that?
You should hate the Sabres then.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, please. You think I'm above hating the Buffalo Sabres?
That is true. Sean invented that shit.
But yeah, I mean, it's just if you're gonna be like, my team would be in a better position than this team.
Oh well, no,
beat
I mean,
my team. That is the ultimate
it.
loser path to take.
Yeah, no, I mean that's definitely the Sabres are losers. But that's only part of it. I also just like it's definitely like being a little bit of a hater, but I think it's like they're like the cool kids. Like they got cool players and their coach is hot as fuck, and their fan base loves their goalie despite the fact that he might flop all the time. Like, and not saying that they shouldn't love him. I'm just saying the things that make the Habs fans love them are starting to make me hate them, and I don't have any real explanation for that other than the fact that I'm a hater and that they beat us.
I don't know if the Habs fan like Dobeš because he dives. I think they tolerate Dobeš's dives because he's Dobeš.
Yeah.
I think they start lying to themselves and they pretend that he doesn't.
They're also, I'll note, like the Canadiens are also the team. I don't believe like there is I don't think the Canadiens have like a Tage Thompson type who is like so like vocally MAGA or anything. There is some like parasocial. Like we still get to pretend the Canadiens like agree with us personally on everything thing that I see happen with the Canadiens and I don't see with any other team. And I would, for your own sanity, recommend not doing that. But I do think that is also part of Canadiens fandom.
I would always
that like the Canadiens are like the nice
pure
boys.
Of heart,
yeah.
But like, so I'm okay with it. Like, I'm not going to rewrite what's happened with the Canadiens here. Like, the Canadiens have gone on a pretty magical run, and they've arrived to this point, and they've run into a team that we expected to be better than them, and they have clearly been better than them. They've clearly been ready for this moment, and they clearly have more experience going up against the youngest team to ever make the Eastern Conference Final. I'm not going to like put a stamp on the Canadiens and say, actually, they fucking suck. No, like they've absolutely disappointed in the Eastern Conference Final. We don't need to have a bigger overreaction than that. Like, don't need to fire Marty St. Louis. Don't need to rewrite any story about any of the players on the Canadiens. I just think that they have run to the end of the road. They've played a lot of hockey. They've been lucky at points to escape what they've escaped. And as a team that has been outpossessed at various points throughout the playoffs, they're going up right now against the best possession team in terms of the Hurricanes, and they're just getting the life sucked out of them. You know, the Hurricanes in this series are like like those pimple patches, the hero patches that you slap on a pimple overnight and it sucks all the gunk out.
I don't.
Congrats on having good skin. I absolutely know all about these. The Canadiens are the fucking hero patch, or the Hurricanes are the fucking hero patches. You slap those baby on a young team, and they fucking smother them, and they suck all the life out of them, and they're dead.
It's like Monsters Inc. The machine. The Randall has the machine that sucks the screams out of the kids.
Oh yes,
yeah.
I liked Pete's better. It was grosser.
It's way grosser.
Somehow it was grosser.
I thought you didn't know what he was talking about, DJ.
Monsters. No, he described it to me in great detail.
Fair enough.
He's a storyteller after all. Are we not journalists? Okay.
Do you feel like there's been a lack of like of what's next for the Montreal Canadiens conversation though? Because I don't feel like they've proven
and there should be a lack of what's next, because what's next is they just play another season next year, and I don't think they have to change up much. Like, this team is gonna be fine. They've got an unbelievable core.
I mean, they trade for Nico Hischier is what's next for the Montreal Canadiens. I
agree, but I think they still are comparable to the Buffalo Sabres, and there's been a lot of, maybe just because we're a Sabres show, I feel like I've seen a lot of what are the Sabres? These guys are trade candidates for the Sabres, and like this and that or whatever. And I don't think the Habs have proven that they're particularly close to the Carolina Hurricanes, which I don't think the Sabres would have either. But I don't know. I feel like it'd be reasonable to be like they got to do something to get closer.
I mean, I think though the part of the Canadiens discussion is like they're getting closer by just getting older and having more experience. And like, I'm not saying they don't have to do anything. I think that based off of what we've seen this team and this management do in terms of building around this core and acquiring some nice pieces and good deals that have already pushed them closer, you just let that process play out. And yeah, they're probably going to do stuff. I just think that like the gap between where Buffalo is and where Montreal is partially due because Buffalo has like some glaring holes that need to be addressed. And they have more questions in terms of like, what do you do with Alex Tuck? How do you replace Alex Tuck?
Yeah, I get that part.
That doesn't really exist with Montreal at this point in time.
And the Canadiens are going to have to make moves. Like they have 300 defensemen signed. Like there's a logjam back there just with the contracts they have. If they want to trade for another center, they have the assets to do it. Two things I want to hit. One, I only saw one person in the chat say this, but it rattled me. I use skincare. I just don't get acne. That's what that was. I got you on, what's it called? Glow screen in the summer.
I don't use that anymore.
You're off it?
Yeah.
But I don't have to do a lot of stuff personally. I do some Mondays. My girlfriend will gua sha my face.
Gua sha is a fucking scam.
It is it's a nice...
It's a scam.
It might be, but... I don't know. It makes me feel nice on a Monday.
Okay.
It gets me going. Okay. But yeah, that was just me bragging that I don't get acne. Okay. I have very few genetic advantages.
Shout out to my acne heads, Accutane warriors. Stand up.
Okay. The other thing on Jakub Dobeš's birthday, it was not him, but Freddie Anderson who got a shutout. And at this rate, if Freddie Anderson gets one more shutout in this series, his save percentage will be affected because the Canadiens don't shoot the puck. So I didn't look, but I was wondering how much Freddie Anderson's save percentage even went up in getting a shutout yesterday. What's that?
I'm not familiar with that statistic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Efficiency. I keep fucking that up.
Oh,
but,
yes.
Okay. The Canadiens, if I were to tell you that the Canadiens through 4 games have 70 shots on goal, would you believe me?
No, because they have fewer, sorry.
Very good. They have 65. 65 shots on goal through 4 games, which part of that is a Hurricanes thing.
Yeah,
Hurricanes are a very good team. They've been suppressing shots, and that's great. But we've seen the Canadiens too much in these playoffs so far. We saw Game 7 of the first round. We saw games throughout the second round against the Sabres where they don't put a lot of pucks on net. The Philadelphia Flyers famously played a 4-game series against the Hurricanes. They played 4 games and only 4 games. They had 91 shots, 96 shots, something like that. They had 91 shots on goal in their 4 games against the Hurricanes. And the Canadiens have 65 shots on goal. And including a game like last night where you have 18 shots on goal in a game in which you're shut out is crazy to me. And like, that's wilder to me than some of the like 9 shots on goal or 13 shots on goal thing where you have not scored a goal and you are not efforting even low percentage shots on net. Like I felt bad for the Canadiens, and I tweeted this last night, like that when I saw a Canadiens player shoot the puck, I was like, flex on him.
I mean, can I give you another layer of how terrible that is? 4 shots on goal combined in games 3 and 4 in the third. Games 3 and 4 in the third period.
When they're
trailing,
that is when the shots on goal get out of whack, and that's when like
score effects.
It's a reason why we often don't care too much about shots on goal because I'll have friends text me and be like, "Damn, my team lost last night despite doubling the other team in shots on goal," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's because." For the entire third period, you were losing, so every time you got the puck, you threw it on net because you were frantically trying to score a goal. That's, as Pete said, score effects, where what's going on in the game and what the score is will affect other statistics that end up happening. So it can be skewed a little bit. For the Canadiens to be trailing in both of these games and not get pucks on net is Again, a credit to the Carolina Hurricanes first and foremost, but also, like Max said, Marty St. Louis is a stubborn coach. Like, he's not going to change his ways for nothing. Well, cool, man. You're down 3-1.
I mean, to Marty St. Louis does not look satisfied either. Marty St. Louis on the bench throughout the course of the last 2 games has just been looking like he wants to die. We have multiple angles.
Yeah, do we have both angles? So here's Sportsnet.
Just like, so I'm not looking at Marty St.
Hit me
Louis
with
being
TNT.
like, are you happy? Like, oh my God. And that was a result of some absolutely boneheaded penalties in the second period.
The 4th straight penalty, I believe.
Yeah, so two problems yesterday with the Canadiens' performance. A lack of discipline and a lack of decisiveness. So many points during the course of that game. They have guys with the ability and the opening to take a shot. They hesitate. The Canes get sticks and bodies in the lanes, and that shot gets blocked and does not get on net. That needs to be fixed. Like, they just need to be more desperate and more simple. Put the fucking puck on the net.
You lack
Please.
discipline.
You are not. We talk about goaltending and like, what is Freddie Anderson going to be in this series? Like, is he a wild card? Not really. If he's not fucking tested, they have not tested this guy at all. He had 4 high danger shots against through the entirety of yesterday's game. So like, that's simply not good enough. And I think that the Canadiens were always going to lose the possession battle and the attempts battle because they were playing the Carolina Hurricanes, but it did not need to be this drastic and it does not need to look this pathetic. Please get it together. And the Opta stats posted this today. Canadiens have 43 shots on goal in 197 and a half minutes of game time over the last 3 games. That averages 13.1 shots per 60 minutes. The fewest shots per 60 minutes by any NHL team over a 3-game span, regular season or postseason, since shots were first tracked in 1955. Once again, the fewest shots per 60 by any NHL team over a 3-game span, regular season or postseason, since 1955.
Which rocks because the regular season includes the bad teams.
Yeah.
Like the bad teams are still better than that.
Shout out Octastats. Shout out Alfred Molina, who played Dr. Octastats in the Batman movie. Another way of looking at all of this, and I hate to put you on the spot, but I'll just put it this way. If you're giving out 3 stars for the game, is Frederik Andersen one of them?
No.
Not an impact player in this game. Didn't have to be. Got a shutout, and that's great.
You know who gets a star above Frederik Andersen from last night's game?
I mean, I do have 3 stars for that game.
Okay.
I even have 4.
Is Eric Tulsky one of them?
Eric Tulsky is, if this is like the folder of the 3 stars is called Eric Tulsky. Okay. And then you click on the folder and you get K'Andre Miller, you get Logan Stankoven, and you get Nikolai Ehlers. And that's why the folder for the 3 stars is called Eric Tulsky. Big Eric Tulsky game last night. And we are on K'Andre Miller glaze watch right now. Are we not?
I think we are.
I mean, having a great series. What a get. We've discussed this, but this was... I was texting with Merrick about this the other day, and we were both gushing about Eric Tulsky. And I feel so bad because another fucking social clip of me talking about Eric Tulsky has hit the timeline. And every time a social clip of me talking about Eric Tulsky is made, it comes off as like me making fun of Eric Tulsky and not liking Eric Tulsky. I am fucking obsessed with Eric Tulsky. I think he is such a good GM, but I can't talk about him without being like, he looks like Danny Elfman or whatever. But I went on the...
Look at his weird little walk.
Yeah. I went on the sports gossip show with Charlotte Wilder and Madeline Hill yesterday, which if you do not know is like an amazing show. That it honestly, it's a show that feels like brunch, Pete, in my old podcast, where it's 2 people who just fucking have the magic. And like the magic is growing with each episode. It's amazing. But I was on it and I was explaining a bunch of hockey stuff to them because they admittedly have not been following the Stanley Cup playoffs because they've been more watching NBA. And I filled them in on Eric Tulsky. And like I I am so endlessly impressed by Eric Tulsky because, to get back to the Jeff Merrick conversation, nobody has a better plan B, or nobody is better at executing plan B than Eric Tulsky. Obviously, there was the Mikko Rantanen thing, and he took that swing despite it potentially being embarrassing if it didn't work out. And it didn't, quote unquote, work out, but his plan B got him Logan Stankoven, who scores a big goal yesterday, okay?
Scores a big goal in almost all the games.
Just keep
played by the
scoring big
Carolina
goals,
Hurricanes.
okay?
And sweetheart of a deal.
And as part of the whole Mikko Rantanen thing, this is just hitting me now, when people talk about the Mikko Rantanen shuffling of the deck that Eric Tulsky made, do you remember who else was a big part of that shuffling? Same night he made the Mikko Rantanen trade, he traded for Taylor Hall to make all the bodies work. And Taylor Hall, impact player in these playoffs. I mean, I've seen Sean, you're glazing Taylor Hall this postseason. You want him to get a cup.
I don't know that that's glazing.
Taylor Hall is annoying, endearing.
Oh, no,
Taylor
he's
Hall's
doing
been
some.
so annoying.
You know what he's doing?
Oh.
I think that Taylor Hall watched a little Zach Hyman last year.
Ooh,
and
that's
was
not a
like,
bad comparison.
This isn't exactly my game, but that wasn't Zach Hyman's game. And he's like, I'm going to play like a heavily elevated third line grinder. And
It's
I mean, I respect the hell out of it. You know this about me with like Corey
Corey
Perry.
thing.
Yeah, like
Yep.
not that I don't want to say like not that Taylor Hall was on the level of Corey Perry, but I mean he was the league MVP, so I guess I can say that. But Taylor Hall loves hockey so much that he is willing to just mold himself into whatever he needs to be in order to keep a job in the league.
Yeah.
And like he's just a real hockey dork, and I say it in the most endearing way possible. I really, really respect and love Taylor Hall for how coachable he is willing to be to stay in the league and stay effective.
okay, so that was the plan B of the Rantanen thing. And this will be the quick positive mention of Evan Bouchard before I cry later in the show. Plan A, last offseason, offer sheet Evan Bouchard. Oilers get wind of it. So what does he do? The Oilers get wind of it and frantically sign Bouchard before he can get to restricted free agency. Plan B was traded a bunch of shit for Keandre Miller.
Chat's correcting you.
I'm sorry, Keandre Miller.
Yeah.
Traded, I think, like first round picks for Keandre Miller, extended him, and that plan B is, and you can, like, we don't know what Bouchard would have looked like there, but this was cheaper, definitely. Cheaper in terms of the assets. They didn't have to give up 4 first-round picks for him. They didn't have to sign him to like $11 million a year or whatever they did. So he pivots and does a more economical thing with, albeit a less spectacular player. But I love Keandre Miller this postseason. And like that's been a great, great get for them. So I guess it goes to the preparedness. And I don't know if every GM is like this. I think that if a general manager has a plan for a big swing and it doesn't work out, I think typically they're like, okay, well, we'll sit back, we'll reload, and we'll discuss.
Yeah.
We've got time to figure this out. I'm pretty sure Tulsky is prepared for several moves whenever he is going to act.
He also, correct me if I'm wrong, he also brought back Shane Gostisbehere, did he not?
I don't know if
They pulled back Shane Gostisbehere last year.
Yeah, so that would have been
So
him.
that would have been him. And like Shane Gostisbehere has been awesome for Carolina as well. So I mean, far be it from Eric Tulsky and anybody on the Carolina Hurricanes to identify good defensive talent, bring them in and make it work. But yeah, Keandre Miller's been awesome.
Oh, and I meant to say also, like, as part of the plan B, where instead of, and I don't know what Bouchard's contract would have been, but instead of giving, what's Miller making? Is Miller making, let's see, Keandre Miller contract is $7.5 million. So I think you could say that the plan B was, instead of spending X on Bouchard, he ends up spending a little more than X, or say like X and a half on Keandre Miller and Nikolai Ehlers, and who was a hero in game 2, was it? Or game 3? It was game 2, Nikolai Ehlers. So this man, and I know that he's going to make moves that don't work out because every general manager makes moves that don't work out, but This is a fearless This is a fearless general manager who is unencumbered by how would this reflect on the organization if we get a player who we don't know wants to be here and we're forced to trade him again. Would that be a bad look? Who fucking cares? I'll figure it out later. I shouldn't offer sheet somebody because that's bad form. No, I'm gonna do it. And who knows? Maybe they gave the heads up and that's how the Bouchard got signed so quickly anyway. But like this seems like a very prepared GM who is unencumbered by the stuff that historically prevents other managers from making moves. So for all of the look at how he walks and look at he looks like Danny Elfman and like, hey, it's a old Flyers blogger nerd boy. He's a spectacular general manager and probably my favorite general manager right now.
I mean, I don't know if he's my favorite, but I do really respect him. And I like what Jeff Merrick said yesterday about like the changing of the line of thinking from did you play to can you think? And that's very fun. And I love it. Okay, can you give me like 30 seconds on the playoff format?
Yes. And I'm sorry that I did like a
it's fine
to that. It's have as much time as
I don't want a lot of time. All I really want to point out is that we keep talking about how the product is disappointing in the conference final. I will bring up that we are coming off a round in which we said that was kind of disappointing. There was one series that saved it for us. So yes, the first round was good. The first round is always good. The second round, usually better than it was this year. But this year, we were like, oh, fuck, that was kind of disappointing. And now we're talking about being fucking bored during the conference final. And if Carolina wraps this up next game, which like looks like they probably will, from the last 5 years, more than half of these series have gone 5 games or fewer. More than half, 6 out of the last 10 series in the conference final have gone 5 games or fewer. And I think that some of those were probably over before they ended. And of those last 5 years, we have not seen a single Game 7. Not seen a single Game 7. All the other series have ended in 6 games. That's all I just wanted to point out. I think that we are arriving to a point where, yes, we absolutely can keep begging for 1 through 8. Beg for 1 through 8 to come back because this shit just isn't working.
Do we have a comparison though to what were the 10 final series of 1 through 8? Because maybe that could, and I'm playing not devil's advocate, but just playing ignorant person.
I don't think it matters. I really don't think it matters because it is it rewards the finish of the regular season. I think that where we are right now, Gary and his crew are manipulating things to prop up divisional rivalries or whatever he's propping up for the sake of entertainment in the first 2 rounds. And you didn't get it in the second round this year. So remove that and just fucking reward the spiritual 1 through 8.
Well, what I was going to say earlier was the problem with that is that Gary's response would be that's exactly what Gary wants. He said he wants the interesting first round matchups, and that's what he's gotten. A. B. I guess contrary to that, so concerned about like big rivalry matchups. If we had 1v8 this year, 1 through 8, the first round would have included the Canadiens and the Bruins. And like I don't know that anything we got in the first round, at least, yeah. I mean, I guess we got the Battle of Pittsburgh, but otherwise, like nothing compares to that. At least in the East. So like, it's not to say that you can't Gary can't still get what he wants and also have more interesting matchups later in the playoffs.
That's all I wanted. I just wanted to point that out. I'm very disappointed by. I'll be honest. Like I'm pretty disappointed by the majority of the playoffs this year.
I think we missed the Sabres too. Yeah. I think that if the Sabres were still in this, I think that because when you were saying there weren't a lot of interesting first round matchups, I was like, what are you talking about? Sabres Bruins was great, and then I thought about that series, and I was like, bad series. But I was just excited that I was watching those teams.
Sean, can you throw a little mute or ban on Wade Wilson in the chat, because that person is spamming Canada shit over Worlds. Congratulations that Hockey Canada has beaten USA at Worlds, where Alex Steves was a member of the American conglomerate, an American powerhouse at the World Championships. How far Canada has fallen that they are fucking spamming victory laps over the World Championships.
Now, to clarify, I saw a lot of people in chat saying, get rid of this person. So this is not just they're saying, haha, yeah, we won. They're going above and beyond and being toxic, shall we say?
No, they're just spamming over and over and over again the same messages.
Oh, which is repeating the same thing?
A bunch of Canadian flags. Yeah, stuff like that.
I mean, I'm a little Canadian flag down myself. I am bummed. We're not going to get the good anthem anymore. I know we're talking about this shit like it's over, but I think it's over.
It's over. It's over.
Let me sing the Canadian anthem at the Stanley Cup final between two American teams. Could be a lot of fun. Bruce Cassidy went on Spit and Chicklets today. And as I said off the top of the show, we've been all eager to hear what Bruce Cassidy thinks about the Vegas Golden Knights holding him up. I think we know what he thinks about the Vegas Golden Knights holding him up. And I think that in this clip that we're about to play, he makes mention to the fact that word got out that teams were requesting to speak to him, and that the Golden Knights were, my suspicion, and I love Bruce Cassidy, and I'm not, if I'm incorrectly accusing him, I apologize. I would think that word got out via Bruce Cassidy's camp. I think that when Frank Saravalli first had the story that the Oilers wanted to talk to him and weren't given permission, we talked about it on the show. Like, that sounds like something that if you're a good representative of Bruce Cassidy, you want out there because you want to put a little pressure on the Golden Knights and you want to shame them into making the right decision. We have learned since you cannot shame the Golden Knights into doing anything. I don't know if they're immune to shame, but they certainly feed on it. They love it. They thrive on it.
I did see somebody tweet yesterday that apparently it's impossible to get blocked by the Vegas Golden Knights on Twitter. Somebody was like, I've been sending them like pictures of shit for 2 straight years, and they will not block me.
What if they, Young Gritty, make an account impersonating the Vegas Golden Knights and see if they do anything about it?
I mean,
Young Chance.
They might suspend accounts, but they don't block them.
Yeah, that'd be very fitting. Mafioso, go behind the scenes, get them eliminated.
But now that
make a scene about it.
Now that Torts is their head coach, wouldn't they block a lot more?
Torts will block. Torts doesn't look at the socials. It's not like Torts is on the VGK account. He'll block.
No, but he wants his guys
IRL.
blocking. He wants his guys blocking any shots that might be being taken at him.
So like a organizational culture from the top down. Block where you can.
Anyway, Bruce Cassidy on Spit and Chicklets, and they did about 5 minutes of like breaking down how the Golden Knights are playing and everything, and Cassidy seemed respectful of that. But then he was asked by Witt, how do you feel? And I think that I cut out the part that it was kind of an Oilers tinged question of like, hey, I want you to coach my team and you're not allowed to. How do you feel about it? Here's the clip.
Take us through your thoughts in terms of not being allowed to talk to certain teams right now. Like, does that upset you, or is that part of the business? Like, where are you at in terms of your next gig?
No, it's upsetting. I'm going to be honest, because once you're fired, your contract's basically terminated. But the one thing people don't realize is all the deals, they got the NHL bylaws, this and that, and I don't know every one, but you have non-compete clauses. So I can't resign today and go work for someone tomorrow. I can't work until Vegas gives me permission until this contract's up, which is at the end of next season. So, if you resign, all I do is not get paid. So, I got green fees to take care of.
Vince brought that up.
Yeah.
I did. I said, can't you just forfeit your salary and say, hey, like, I don't need your money. I want to go get the bag from somebody else.
So it's not right that they can let you, to me, it's not right. They can let you go and then still stop you from working. That's where the bylaws are probably messed up a little bit.
Yeah, and like I said, those are in, I think, everybody's contract, so that is what it is. But you can't do that, and I think they do that probably because they wouldn't want a coach in the middle of the year to resign on February 1st and go work up the street on February 3rd, right? Because they like a better situation. I'm sure that's kind of why some of these things are written in. But in this case, yes, there was 2 teams that asked. It's public knowledge now. And I would like to talk to them. I want to go to work. I'm a hockey coach.
Liar.
Quote, yeah, he is. Yes, he was a hockey coach.
He's not a hockey
famously.
coach.
He's on a break. Shout out Ross. Quote, I've spoken with Bruce. He understands this. Kelly McCrimmon.
You clocked it in the moment. You said,
Yeah, I was going to
he
say.
does
Sure, he
understand it. Like, he
Yeah.
understands what's happening. Does not mean that he is endorsing it or happy with it.
Yeah, he's not happy. I mean, he literally said, what did he say? Like, like, this is upsetting. I'm upset.
Yeah.
Yeah, he thinks it's horseshit, and we've litigated the rules of this and the following of the rules. And hey, you know, the Blackhawks circumvented the cap, and the Lightning certainly circumvented the cap. Even the Vegas Golden Knights circumvented the cap. There are ways that you can do some bullshit according to the letter of the law, and that's what the Golden Knights are doing. But do you have any? Does him saying this and going on a podcast with that sort of reach, does him choosing to do that now, does that at all put up any antennae for you?
I mean, I think it does in the way that we said at the outset of the show, which is like, I think that maybe his camp was willing to wait with the assumption that, like, hey, Vegas's season might be done soon, but with them getting through in the Western Conference Final and knowing that there's like another 2 or 3 weeks of this bullshit, do what he can to apply pressure, be loud, and make this seem like an injustice in the court of public opinion.
Sean, what do you think?
I mean, nothing really has changed, I guess, as far as my opinion on the situation. Like, I knew he wouldn't like it. I still think unfortunate reality is that it's within the rights, the ability of the Vegas Golden Knights to do this. That's the world we live in.
I think he's trying to. I'm with Pete. I think he's trying to shake something loose here that he assumed would have been shaken loose by now.
Yeah, and
I
like,
don't think any of this was on accident.
Unfortunately for him, like, the longer this goes, the more I'm kind of being convinced that, like, Vegas is playing this pretty smart. Maybe I'm in Vegas's camp. Like, Shayna Goldman did she's going to hate to hear this. Shayna Goldman did an incredible bit of work for Vegas and making their actions seem tolerable and smart this week with her appearance on the show, being like,
famous
they
Vegas
don't
Golden
know who
Knights.
their coach is this year or next year. Why would they allow the coaching carousel to get a head start? I kind of respect the hell out of that.
I absolutely think Cassidy is trying to, like, apply pressure or whatever. There is zero evidence to suggest that it's going to matter, that it's going to affect the Vegas Golden Knights. So, like,
this does
good
give
on you, Bruce, for utilizing your freedom of speech. I don't think it's going to matter.
This does give confirmation, though, to the whole contract thing of, like, I can't just quit my contract. I can't get out of it. I'm sure he spoke to a million different lawyers about what can we do here. So I think currently the move is just try to shame them into doing it. If the Golden Knights are eventually planning on giving permission, like, it could be what Shayna said, which was a very smart point that I hadn't heard anybody else bring up. But do you think at this point, if the Hurricanes were planning on giving permission after this is all said and done, if the Knights were planning on giving permission when all was said and done, do you think at this point they're like, we've already kind of gotten all the shit that we're going to get for this? We've already been called every name in the book, and people have already made up their minds about what we are. Fuck it, at this point, like, maybe might as well see this thing through and hold him up and not let him get that gig.
Yeah, I mean, why not wait another couple
What do
of
they
weeks?
have
What
to-
are you going to say about the Vegas Golden Knights over the next couple of weeks?
I'm not saying wait a couple of weeks. I'm saying, like, at this point, are they like, you know what? We've already gotten all the shit we're going to get for this. Let's not give that permission now. Like, we were going to, but now all this stuff has been decided about us. Like,
No,
fuck it. Let's only let him talk to the Leafs. Let's only let him talk to the Kings.
So, I mean, as long as you let him talk to some teams, like, but as of right now, they haven't allowed him to talk to anybody, right? Like,
Yes,
that is
what
so, like,
word is.
I think it's at a certain point they're going to allow him to talk to some teams. And I think that if what they're doing is holding up the coaching carousel, That is an evil genius move, and I don't think that they relent on that. But at some point, they are going to allow, I expect, him to talk to somebody. And as long as we get there, I think it's fairly good business.
So I guess I'll be more specific. Like what I meant by that was because this is all about, as it usually is, the Oilers. They fired Bruce Cassidy. Bruce Cassidy wants to coach the Oilers. Oilers fired their coach because they want to coach Bruce Cassidy. There is a holdup, which is the Vegas Golden Knights will not let the Oilers talk to Bruce Cassidy. What I'm saying is it would be unprecedented if the Golden Knights actually never let them have that conversation. So if they were planning on holding up the coaching carousel, as Shayna said, and then once they can figure everything out for themselves, get their ducks in a row, they say, okay, go do your thing with the Oilers. At this point, I think based on how it has all played out, I think now it enters their mind that we've already gotten all the shit we're going to get for this anyway. Let's actually see this through, do the unthinkable, and never let him have this conversation.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, but I also think at the end of the day, that kind of has like the stench of loser behavior, and maybe they don't care about that. But I think that when you're preventing your coach from going to either, say, the Oilers, maybe like the Colorado job becomes available, if you stand in the way of him talking to those teams because you perceive it as a threat, it does come off like a little losery. And another side of that is like, I hope that they have enough respect for Bruce Cassidy to allow him to pursue the job that he wants, and whether that's Edmonton or Colorado. Given what Cassidy did for the city of Vegas and that franchise and getting them a Stanley Cup, I would hope that they would allow him to pursue those jobs if he so wants, and it does sound like he wants to.
If they had that amount of respect for him, they wouldn't have fired him with 8 games left in the season.
No, because I think that at the end of the day,
that's
like
how he views it.
That's how he
said
views
it.
But he's the one who's fired, and this team would not be going to the Stanley Cup final. I feel pretty confident in saying that this team would not be going to the Stanley Cup final with Bruce Cassidy behind the bench. Like, he was just not getting through to that group. And if they fire him with 8 games remaining in the season, and it sparks what it sparked, and they get to the Stanley Cup final, I don't think anybody can look at that move and say, like, wow, they didn't have respect for this guy. They respected winning more than anything, and that's like the MO of the Vegas Golden Knights.
Okay, well, that's the other thing I was going to say that I think has kind of been left out of this whole thing, is that, like, even if it's quote-unquote, any of this is quote-unquote damaging to the Vegas Golden Knights, it prevents them from making trades, other GMs. They're in the Stanley Cup. Like, if they win, it doesn't matter. Like, any trades that you aren't able to complete in the future, yada yada, like, those are all, you pay any price. Like, I don't understand why anybody thinks that any kind of pressure or any kind of like actual negative effect that this would cause the Vegas Golden Knights would matter, because ultimately they're getting what they want, which is, I mean, they still got to beat Carolina Hurricanes, obviously. I mean, who still have to beat the Montreal Canadiens. But like,
some people in the sorry, go ahead.
No, it's just that, like, if they win a Stanley Cup, like, literally nothing matters. I would assume that would be their mentality, at least.
Some people in the chat asking, like, why would a coach take the Vegas job knowing that, like, this is the kind of shit that they do to their head coaches? Because they get to the Stanley Cup final and they have a good roster and they win.
Shiny
like,
stuff.
I have a better one.
That's the thing. And coaches always take jobs knowing that there is an expiration date and that they are going to be fired. It's just the reality of the business. And if you win a bunch of games and get fired, you will get another job. Like, Bruce Cassidy has been treated this way by Vegas, but there are teams lining up and hungry to speak to him. And that's why you take the Vegas job, because it puts you in a position to win and then get another job.
The other one is there aren't a lot of jobs. If a job opens up and you can coach someplace where the money's good, the roster is good, yeah, like, beggars can't be choosers. I'm sure that when someone is a head coach and they're going to get a gig, they're like, oh, I mean, like back in the day, NFL coaching carousel, I'm sure everyone would be like, I'd like to be the head coach of the Patriots and coach that Tom Brady, but that job is not open. So when a job opens, there are people tripping over themselves to get it.
Also, if you get fired as a head coach in the NHL, the worst case scenario is that you don't have a job and you are getting paid as if you have a job. you are getting your full salary and not working. I've been there. I've gotten laid off with my contract paid out. And that was like the best fucking year of my life. I just played video games and shopped around a podcast, which you are now watching and listening to. That's how I was able to kind of like get the process started on the show, is I was receiving a full-time salary while
Bruce Cassidy podcast coming soon.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So that
it's
rules.
Wild how common that is to like people teach themselves. Like I was, when I learned how to do everything other than speak, I already knew how to speak, but like all of like the Photoshop and the Premiere shit and everything, that was all while receiving severance. Where you're like, you know what? Now let's actually get good at shit. It's kind of sad you don't do that while you're doing a job. You don't get good at shit. But
you're freed to explore, and you're freed to like, I got nothing to do. What can I do to get smarter? What can I do to get more creative? I need to do something that is stimulating. And I feel like that is an exploration period if you do it right. I mean, some people just rot, and I did some of that myself, but that is truly the American dream, is getting paid to do fucking nothing.
As people in the chat are pointing out, though, like kind of worst case scenario for Cassidy is that he gets a second paycheck, because like he will just show up and work on TV, which I can't imagine requires a whole lot from him. That he's not already doing.
As somebody who does TV, I mean, we both do TV work here and there. The reason that I stopped writing and decided to pursue podcasting and TV, it's so much easier.
I remember the day my boss told me, because I was like, I love being a writer, and he was like, yeah, well, you'll probably only do it another couple of years. Someone will put you on TV, and then you're gonna decide it's easier. And I was like, not me. I'm a scribe. And then I think like the next day I did TV, and I've never written again.
I love writing, but it takes so much more brain power and so much more time than just like sitting down in front of a camera and then somebody asking you questions and you answering them in a conversation. It is so much easier.
Okay, I wanted to hit some things that you missed while you were gone. One of them is, we discussed this with Max yesterday. Hometown Remix jerseys. We're getting more glimpses of them, and we're speculating about them and sharing whatever info we have. We discussed yesterday that when you get a home, that alternate jerseys and these jerseys that are made and uniforms that are made to be weird or different or crazier or exciting, are there certain players that you need to get on that type of jersey? Like, who do you get on your Boston Bruins bad example, because the Bruins hometown remix jersey is ass. Like, all right, let's pick a team for Pete. If you're a Minnesota Wild fan, can you get a Quinn Hughes hometown remix jersey or a Kirill Kaprizov hometown remix jersey? Or do you need to do something a little spicy and fun?
I mean, first things first, you can do whatever the fuck you want, because that is your prerogative. You have free will as a North American person, or I guess like you have free will if you have free will. Like, it doesn't matter where you live. As a human, you have free will.
But does it lend itself to maybe, so say you did get a Bruins one, like, are you more likely to get, say, a Fraser Minton than a Charlie McAvoy?
Second part of this, I think you have to recognize that our jersey behavior is not everybody's jersey behavior. Like, some people get a jersey because they need a Bruins jersey or they need their favorite team's jersey, in which case you might get the best player, your favorite player. We've checked off a lot of boxes because we collect jerseys and we have a ton of them. So for me personally, if I'm getting a hometown remix jersey, I think that's the perfect opportunity to get like a unicorn, to get an encapsulation of a moment in time. And like, as such, I don't know what Bruins player I would get, because I don't know who has like the biggest unicorn feeling heading into next year. Like a Victor Arvidsson might be an awesome, I know it's not technically a unicorn, but like a Victor Arvidsson being like, oh yeah, that's like 5 years down the line, you see that hometown remix jersey, you think about that particular season. I think that you want a player that like you might otherwise forget being part of that team.
Arvidsson's a bad example though, because if Arvidsson is on the team next year, it means that he's signed like a 4-year extension.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I was saying that I don't know if it's necessarily like unicorns definitely lend itself to them, but maybe somebody a little less proven. Maybe like I think Minton would be good for the Bruins because he's an exciting player who is young but not yet great. But I said yesterday,
but a Fraser Min jersey should be like an investment because he's going to be a part of this team moving forward.
So that's what I said. I said I couldn't do a Savoy hometown remix one because Savoy already, I think, is a royal blue home jersey kind of guy. Sean?
Well, I mean, Savoy's playing on the first line. So, yeah, that's... I think Minton or I think even Hagens works. Like I said, Constahelinus. I think a unicorn does work, but I also think it could be somebody who's arriving that year. Like obviously those guys have played, but like a guy who's like, this is the like if James Hagen's is going to be a good player, you find that out next season most likely. Like you don't know that yet based on the limited amount of games he's played. So like having the year that guy arrived, having him arrive in the hometown remix, I think works too.
I mean, it is an opportunity to show that you are on board with a player that year. So like if you want to make your like prospect declaration or your like ground floor investment be known, you can get a hometown remix of I think like a young player or a unicorn is probably the best way to go.
I think he could be a good player too. I think if the Buffalo Sabres traded for Robert Thomas, that's completely on the table. Like if they get there, if it's a big player and they get there the year of the hometown remix, like I think that plays as well.
And also, like, if you want to get a Anaheim Ducks jersey of like Cutter Gauthier, just because it's like a crazy, weird, sick jersey of a sick player, like I don't think there's any. It's not really like a wrong answer. I feel like maybe getting a like Sidney Crosby hometown remix jersey
like I'm not going to get
weird
my third
based off of how,
jersey.
Yeah,
if it's your only Sidney Crosby jersey, though.
But, yeah, right. Like I don't know. Like I guess it might depend on the team, the player, and the mixture of like how weird is the jersey.
It's a big vibe
and how traditional is the player and things like that. I don't know. From what I'm seeing, the hometown remix jerseys are kind of all over the place in that like some of them look like a traditional jersey. Some of them are getting really fucking weird and really crazy. So it's hard to provide this like blanket, this is what you should do with them.
Whoever gets Sebastian Cossa, whatever team gets that, will get a Sebastian Cossa hometown remix jersey.
Whichever jersey. But that's a perfect one because you got to imagine that some team is trading for him thinking he's going to play at least a good number of games the following season. Like he's going to be a part of their goalie rotation. So either you end up with your future goaltender, or you end up with one of the millions of goaltenders who teams try, they kind of suck, and then they spend the rest of their season or rest of their career as backups or AHLers.
The other move too that would be cool, but you would need patience, is wait to see if your team signs one of your prospects at the end of the year. Like a Will Moore Bruins hometown remix jersey would go crazy. And you'd need Will Moore to play a game in that. But
here's a question. Do you think any NHL teams, including the Carolina Hurricanes, so it makes it slightly more likely, end up using a hometown remix in the playoffs? I think the Carolina Hurricanes are the only team that would do it, to be honest. But
might as well.
I know that they want to. I want the Hurricanes to fucking switch their home jersey to the red one before the Stanley Cup final.
Yes, dude.
If they get there, I don't want to see them win a Stanley Cup in either one of the jerseys that they're currently wearing. They're not going to do it. Obviously, it would be wild behavior to switch your jersey right before getting to the Cup final. But maybe they do it as like a hey, last time we won the Cup, we were in that jersey.
Oh man, a hometown remix McQueen would go.
Yeah, bro.
That will be a best-selling jersey.
I forgot that they got McQueen on the way.
Yeah,
dude. I mean, Leafs hometown remix McKenna jerseys are gonna be all over the place, especially if they're as good as like their black ones right now. I think are pretty good. Like Max said yesterday, if they have a good hometown remix, you're gonna see a lot of McKennas on those.
Okay, give me a Today in Worlds, please. And there are a couple of things that happen in Worlds, I know, but what's the what are your home runs here?
Well, I mean, the big one and the one that generated quite a bit of sadness and chaos in your mentions is One Evan Bouchard, who went to Worlds on the heels of reports that he played the Stanley Cup playoffs with a brain injury and was concussed. What a way to follow that up, but then going to play more hockey and then got a hit from Ryan Lindgren, I believe. Took that today. Do we have the video or no?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. Off the ice. Jesus.
Yeah, it looked like
I didn't
he
even realize it
was
was that bad.
It looked like he was
First time
out
I've
cold.
seen the video, honestly.
Looked like he was out cold.
That's not.
Yeah, I think that's what people had said, that he was out cold after that.
Oh boy, that's not good.
So, I mean, obviously head injuries are the most difficult to speculate on. So we'll spend a while on trying to get to the bottom of it. I'm just
Obviously left the game and did not return, if that needs saying.
Yeah, that fucking sucks. What else do you want me to say? I don't like when Evan Bouchard has a head injury, and I don't like when he has 2 head injuries. And he looked like he was very out. I also don't know how he was performing. I'm sure he was playing great because he plays great this time of year, and he's a good player. And I think it's at World, so he's playing against like dogs. But that sucks.
Endearing?
What's that?
AI dogs. AI slot dogs.
Derogatory.
AI dogs. Yeah. Knocking over cones.
Yeah,
I didn't know that Aaron Ekblad was at Worlds.
I was gonna say, like, why is Evan Bouchard even going to Worlds after allegedly having a concussion during the Stanley Cup playoffs? Like, that seems curious. But then I
Because he didn't
remembered
have a
that he was
concussion,
not
Stan Bowman
selected to the Canadian Olympic team. So, like, if he's trying to get a foothold on, a presence on the
Tate
national
Thompson
team, this
method.
is a step in probably a perceived necessary step in the right direction. That sucks.
I
That
do
is-
know that the leadership, shall we say, of Team Canada so proudly was like, not only did we not have Evan Bouchard, we weren't even thinking about him. Didn't even consider him, okay? If we took another defenseman, it was going to be Matthew Schaefer. Didn't even care about Evan Bouchard. It's like the only reason this is a discussion is because everyone is saying you definitely needed to have Evan Bouchard. You lost, fam. You fucked up. Do we have a Matthew Tkachuk today in Worlds?
We have a bunch of it's like a flopping today in Worlds.
Okay, what do we have?
I mean,
I didn't know that Worlds had a reputation for flopping.
Well, no, but Sidney Crosby does.
Oh,
No.
yeah, true.
This guy was the last of the 3 flops, but the other 2 came to us via the ref cam.
Okay. Do you have Tkachuk?
Yes.
All right,
This
give us
one is-
Tkachuk.
You're
Damn.
better than this. You're better
Getting
than
ref
this.
shamed is crazy.
Just a reminder, none of this matters, but it's so weird watching this. I'm like, that's real Matthew Tkachuk there?
Yeah, right.
That threw a little glitter on it is so funny.
Hey, threw a little glitter on it, a little bedazzle.
And then
Gave it the old
to
razzle dazzle.
You got playoff P.
playoff P taken an embezzlement, an embellishment.
Right in the penis.
Right,
Pretending
and
to get
this
right in
was
the
called.
penis.
This was each player went and you got a slap.
That's a slash.
Who is the offender? Because that was my
don't-
favorite part. Because he's like this. Like, are we fucking seeing this?
That was
I
David
don't
Krejci's
know.
type. Just his stick was there.
No, but even Krejci's stick was on the ice, and PK Subban was like, "I'm gonna run over it," and he just ran over it and fell down.
Yeah. Chat's saying this. Claude Lemieux's died.
Yeah. Claude
What's
Lemieux
that?
died.
Claude Lemieux died.
Claude Lemieux died.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Claude Lemieux, the great and controversial Claude Lemieux, rest in peace. A very effective and very dirty player.
Was he
Man,
not at the Canadiens game like a few days ago?
That's what I thought.
uh,
I feel like I had just seen.
I'm still Wikipedia has updated.
3 days ago, he was the
He
torch
carried
bearer.
the torch. Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Damn.
That is crazy.
Wait, Claude Lemieux was the torchbearer?
Yeah, before
Yeah,
game
3 days
3.
ago.
Wow.
Damn.
How
Rest in peace.
was Claude Lemieux in either of your boys' time as a player?
Not really.
No.
I I remember him mostly for his days with and this will date me, certainly don't remember him as a Canadian, although I know that's how his career began. But I remember him in his cup-winning days with the New Jersey Devils. And then he went on to play for the Avalanche and a couple of other places. But I'll remember him as a Devil. And yeah, just a dirty player. Hit on Chris Draper. In 2009, a TSN special entitled "The Top 10 Most Hated NHL Players of All Time" ranked Claude Lemieux second to Sean Avery.
Damn, that is a meaningful second
Just
because number one was locked up.
Yes,
brother.
everyone was playing for second. Yeah, a notorious player and a champion. Damn, R.I.P. Claude Lemieux.
And like also a lot
Shout
of
out to his
players'
family.
agents.
Yes,
He
went
was
on to be a player agent afterwards.
Yeah.
Yep, not afraid to get dirty in negotiations.
Right.
Shout out to his family. 60 years young. Do we know how he went?
It is not being reported the cause of death or when and where.
Damn. Well, that's a sad note for chat being ridiculous. That's a sad note for a later portion of this show. Sean, how about the slate? Can you cheer us up with with some nice slate, please? Any slate for us? Ain't shit.
Not really.
We don't got shit.
There's basketball tonight.
Is game one tonight?
No, with OKC and
Oh, right. Yeah. The
San
Western
Antonio
Conference
still
Finals
playing.
still going on. By the way,
a couple of WNBA games tonight I saw. Obviously baseball all day.
all right. Someone said,
That's it
DJ,
for
are
sports.
you referencing David Guetta when you say shout out to his family? I am obviously referencing David Guetta when I say shout out to his family. And I don't know if that's a problematic reference to make. David Guetta was sincere in doing that. It was
Yeah,
just
I don't
it
know.
was
Came
just
from
a
a good
very,
place.
yeah. He meant well there, but he was giving a speech when he did not plan a speech.
I
I
don't
mean,
think
he
also
may
as
have planned the speech.
I think
I
as
just
a
think-
Swede, it might be kind of hard to fully comprehend the context of what was going on with that situation.
Yeah, that wasn't calling for a shout out to his family as much as he, but he was also looking for a place to land the plane, and he landed it with. So basically, in summary, shout out to his family,
And then remixed.
and then dropped.
I Have a Dream.
and then yeah, I mean, then dropped the fucking beat. Tell you what, he got back to work.
on
Can't say
on a rooftop with no people because it was in the middle of COVID. Could not have been the clunky,
The
a
most
clunkier
2020
or
thing
more
of all
awkward
time.
scenario for this entire thing to happen.
The most 2020 event in history.
But as Matt points out, he ended racism. So thank you, David Guetta. Very
Right
much
before the
appreciated.
NFL also ended racism.
he ended
Yes.
racism, so we did not have to put it on a jersey to
Oh,
end
I was gonna
racism.
say-
Or put it
I-
in timeout.
Or put it in timeout. Yeah.
Here's a question, Sean. If we go to the Stanley Cup final in Carolina, obviously for game one, we will still be in our Tulski disguises. But for game two, would you wear the Whalers jersey?
I don't. I don't feel like that's.
add please to that, please.
Yep.
I mean,
please.
I definitely I would. I don't know
So the
where
plan-
I land on whether that's appropriate or not. I feel like it plays. It's a
I mean,
Carolina
if-
Hurricanes jersey.
If Carolina
If they wear
Hurricanes
it,
fans want to
yeah.
say it's not appropriate, then say
Then stop wearing it.
You made it.
Yeah,
You made
fair.
it. You wore it.
Also traded for Mikko Rantanen. Yeah, I think I probably would. The only problem that I would have there is that I don't know that I'm fully prepared to like be a Canes guy in the Stanley Cup. Like I'm not. I'll be rooting for them to win over the Vegas Golden Knights, but like I don't know. I didn't wear a Florida
VGK
Panthers jersey
down,
when I went.
Sean?
No. But I'm saying I didn't wear a Florida Panther jersey when we went to that game. Like I was rooting for the
Well,
Panthers.
that's because
but
you were
That's true.
going.
That's
You were
a good
being a
point.
good friend.
yeah,
to
that's true.
a man rooting for
I
the
feel
other
like,
team.
yeah. Plus, it's not like I'm not wearing a Canes jersey. Famously, I'm wearing a Hartford Whalers jersey. So that's plus. There's probably a lot of Canes fans who'd be like, "Oh, nice Whalers jersey," and then they see the back, they're like, "Oh, fuck that guy."
Yeah, you'll
So
set him.
that could be
You'll
fun.
Habs TV
Yeah.
him.
Yeah,
You're like,
Habs
yeah, you
TV
like
him, yeah.
this? And then
You
turn
like this?
around and then,
Mikko Rantanen's goated. Yeah, no,
We
okay,
could-
you got me.
We could kind of redo what we did with Old Navy before game 7 of the Cup final, but we could partner with maybe a local boutique in Raleigh and do like a come with us to pick out our outfits for game 2. And then no matter what, Sean, you have to wear the Rantanen jersey.
Okay.
No matter what.
I was going to say, I don't know that.
We'll be like, thanks for the free clothes, but we're actually, I don't think
this.
this is actually game appropriate. It's a very nice suit you gave us, but we wore suits to game 1 when we were dressed as Eric Tulski. We will take this, but we're feeling jerseys for the game instead. You got that?
I want like Lenovo merch.
Let's do some super
company
chats. And
merch.
Sean, would you mind punching in on DJ because I am going to excuse myself.
Okay.
I have to go pee pee.
Well,
Pete's
there's
gonna
also
use the
bills that
restroom.
need to be paid.
What's that?
There's also
Oh
bills
yeah,
that need to be
we
paid.
do have to pay bills, and I'll do the super chats while I prepare myself for.
I can also read super chats while you prepare yourself if you need me to.
Yeah, if you could read some super chats for me. Thanks,
All right,
buddy.
From at Young Gritty. Just want to thank everyone who reached out for the support. Also, the Flyers and I are cool. Just for the record, hashtag a different kind of energy. Hashtag brick by brick.
Love it.
That super chat appeared twice. I don't know if Young Gritty sent 2 super chats or if it's just glitching. But then Emma Haven says, "It's my birthday and I just got the worst haircut."
What? You
I don't know
deserve
if that's-
better, Emma.
Yeah, you do. Christy Snow, Evan Bouchard knocked out an IIHF game today. We did discuss that.
I heard about it. Heard
Straw
about it.
Hat Cal. If VGK wins the cup, I will be buying a Marner jersey to forever cauterize yet another tremendous Leafs L. See, that's the thing, man. I really want Mitch Marner to win a Stanley Cup. I would enjoy that. I just wish it's a big at what cost thing.
Yeah, that is the silver lining. That's what we'll.
Yes.
That's
The
what we'll
golden
jump
lining,
onto.
if you will.
Mm.
Leo, sad that Colorado collapsed. It's the curse of the President's Trophy. Let's go Canes. Cheers. Sadia says, to be delusional is to be free. Hashtag Habs and 7.
Okay.
Gabi, MSL, Marty St. Louis may have been having the worst time ever, but he absolutely was serving face.
I mean,
I feel like
that's all he
he's
knows
always
how to
kinda
do.
serving face. Yeah. Carly, late and off topic, but now that I know DJ loves history of the Eagles, did you guys see it was a main inspiration for the Daisy Jones author? The Eddie Billy dynamic is straight Don Felder, Glenn Frey.
Fry. Thank you. Yeah.
Fry.
Big time. Pete and I were listening to the audiobook, and I would say at certain parts, I'd be like, that's taken from the Eagles. This is so cool. This person just loved the Eagles.
It's very clear it's like Eagles and Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah. The romance part is Fleetwood Mac, and the band stuff, it seems very directly the Eagles. Keep going. You're killing it.
Fun Eric Tulski fact, he was a Flyers blogger for Broad Street Hockey in the 2010s before getting hired by the Canes.
No way.
Is that right?
should have been
That
us.
rocks.
Wait, you didn't know that?
No.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I knew that
DJ
I knew that he had like internet presence. And
Yeah, he was the Flyers like blogger boy.
That rocks.
Yeah.
Super chat that we all super care about and are taking seriously. Canada to the semifinals at Worlds. Suck it, USA.
I mean, I saw the graphic for, before a game where it'll be like 2 players kind of facing off or 2 headshots, and it'll be like Flyers versus Penguins. So it's like Risto versus Malkin, like the top dogs.
All right.
Who do you think the faces were for Canada versus USA?
Crosby and Matthew
I don't even know
Tkachuk.
who's on.
Macklin Celebrini and Ike Howard. So I was like,
all right.
all right, let's
Yes.
wrap this up. Shout out Ike Howard. Shout out to his family. That might be my hometown remix jersey, but
Kaz is bored. Sorry for tuning in late. I was watching Worlds, to which I'd say Por qué no los dos. Multiple
Both
screens.
on YouTube.
Barthez Battalion. Pete, after the Canada win, I'm not mad. Please do not put in the newspaper that I got mad.
Okay. I'll say this as calmly as I possibly can. I'm absolutely not mad because I do not give a shit about Worlds.
It's funny because they literally
stood on
said
that business
on the
the
broadcast.
entirety of this whole thing.
Anyone trying to do any sort of like, ooh, suck it. How does that L feel? We were saying if they win, we won't know.
They
And
literally talk about on the
I
broadcast.
I was mad. I was mad that there was a person spamming the chat and annoying other people here. And that's
Who
what
some of
made
which
me
were also
mad.
Canadian.
That was stupid and annoying behavior. I was not at all mad at any result of the game. Do not care about the game.
At one point in the broadcast, they talked about, and I do not believe they were American broadcasters. I think they were Canadian. We're talking about how for years the story has been, or not even a story, like the reality is how hard it's been to get Americans to buy into this tournament because they don't care about it. The love of your life. Have a plug stuck in my ear. Thanks, Matheson.
All
right.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I was hoping one of you guys.
Afraid of that one.
Yeah. Same. Tom Wilson's lawyer. R.I.P. to the legend Claude Lemieux.
Yeah. Legend. R.I.P.
Bartez Battalion. I remember Lemieux when he signed for the Sharks at the age of 43 during the 08-09 season, after being away from the NHL for like 4 years.
That is hilarious. Claude Lemieux still playing that late.
Cat Walzilla, please add today in PWHL segment. The expansion protections and coach hirings are already going off.
Yeah.
I did see that Montreal listed their protections. I was like, that had to be the single easiest decision of all time. It was MVP, Davian, and Stacey, yeah.
Oh, man.
Okay, so Abby Rock to
not protecting one of MPP or Laura Stacey would be
That's what I'm saying.
hilarious.
And you obviously are protecting the greatest Canadian player of all time.
No, but I mean, like,
That's what. Well, yeah. So,
and I mean, I'm so
home.
Laura Stacey down since the Franglais incident that you like protect her at all costs. But yeah, it is weird. You're seeing coaches like the Fleet are about to have their third head coach in 3 years, and they were awesome.
Hamilton.
So
down.
explain this to me. Did the Fleet head coach bounce to go to Hamilton?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. It's closer to home.
Yes, I believe like that's where they're from, but I'm still not crazy about it. Catwallzilla, oh, you already did that. Leo says it's absolutely appropriate to wear a Whalers jersey or T-shirt to one of our games. Let's go Canes. Sure,
of course you
says
think that.
I mean, Hurricanes fans got to be thrilled that like the year in which they maybe make it to the Stanley Cup final, most people are going to be rooting for them.
Oh yeah,
because under other circumstances, I
scenario.
feel like they would be the more detestable team.
I will say I want everyone to watch as much hockey as they can. I don't think a Vegas Carolina Stanley Cup final is going to be a massive draw television wise.
I don't particularly care.
Yeah, I don't care about it either, but I'm sure that there will be some, oh, no one watched this thing. Sure, says R.I.P. Claude Lemieux. Jeannie says, as a Canes fans, please wear the Rantanen jersey. That would be hilarious. Stacey Faye says, writing is hard, which is why I spend all my time watching this show. Great behavior. Chuckles says, they're advancing Cassidy in honor of the Hacks finale tonight. I got you there. Eli Dante says, y'all finally doing Worlds Chat makes me feel like a kid going, look at what I'm doing. Look, and my parent eventually turning their head, LMAO.
That's a really good way of putting it.
Yep.
Happy to notice you.
Yep. We're going to do a Sports Interaction prop brought to you by Sports Interaction Sportsbook and Casino. Every game is your game when you bet with Sports Interaction. Bet the action on every period, every shot, every shift, every shot with Canada's homegrown sportsbook. Sports Interaction, Ontario only 18 plus. Please play responsibly. Okay, if the Canadiens are going to go down or if they're going to extend this series, I have to think they are going to at least say we didn't lose just because we didn't shoot the puck enough. So they will have shots on goal. So this should be an easy lift. I'm looking at Josh Anderson as the type of player that will say, I will put some fucking pucks on net. This should not be hard. Josh Anderson over 1.5 shots on goal plus 155. Can you give us that, folks? It's not like Josh Anderson should be the type of player who will say, fuck it, I will fling a couple of pucks on net.
The other route I'd recommend is maybe Freddie Anderson saves. I don't know what that total is going to come in at, but he might have some easy saves just because they're going to throw everything at him if they can.
The thing you need to fear is that they are going to view this as a Game 7.
Right, I did think about that.
They might win.
Yeah.
That's fair.
No shots.
All right, every game is your game when you bet with Sports Interaction. From puck drop to overtime, bet with live odds on every play with easy deposits and payouts. Go to sportsinteraction.com/whatchaos to open an account. Ontario only 19 plus. Please play responsibly. It's possible tonight with no slate. I might sneak in a second viewing of Obsession.
I like that idea.
I think I'll do a movie tonight. I know there are some good options out there, but I think tonight's got some movies to it.
I'm gonna let the vibes take me where they will.
Yeah.
I might not go out anywhere because I'm just a video game guy now. I'm back on game. All I do is read and play video games and watch hockey. That's literally it. I did finish Dark Matter yesterday.
Tonight's a big battle of Forza or Wemby tonight for me.
So Forza has been awesome. I've loved my time with Forza. It is a very, very chill experience. Sean, you're on that?
Yeah, I haven't gotten a chance to play it very much, but I have played a little bit of it. And yeah, I mean,
we got to link up for some co-op. But I also downloaded the James Bond game yesterday, and I played a little bit of that, the First Light, and that's a lot of fun.
Is it like GoldenEye?
It is not like GoldenEye, but it is. Do you ever play like any of the Hitman games? Probably not.
Ooh,
it's kind of like
like an assassin game. Like, yeah,
it's kind of like a mix between like Ghost Recon and Hitman, and
a lot of like sneaking around and assassinating.
Big time.
Yeah, that sounds good. Famously, I'll never play GoldenEye or anything like it ever again for the rest of my life because that's quite literally the way. And I don't even mean this as a hater because I wasn't good at it. I think by any actual metrics, it's the worst game of all time.
What is GoldenEye?
GoldenEye.
Well, I mean, your first experience with GoldenEye was in like 2026, and
that's 100%.
That's a weird place to start. Like, I feel like GoldenEye has to have its roots in you.
There was a time when Pong was the greatest thing ever. Like, I get that how that works, but it doesn't change the fact that it's like it certainly doesn't stand the test of time. Tetris stands the test of time. No,
Pong kind of.
Pong does, yeah. Pong, Tetris, those stand the test of time. GoldenEye doesn't. That's just a bad game.
I think Backrooms is my move.
But I've heard Backrooms is a lot of fun. I'm interested in that.
It's so hard not to be Ryan's foot down that
I'm going to see a movie. I'm going to see I Love Boosters. I
haven't seen I Love Boosters yet either. Yeah, I'll probably just do like 2 more Obsessions. And Obsession feels like Midsommar, by the way, in that like it's the movie that's gonna be a moment.
Yeah. I just feel like horror is having a moment in general. And Backrooms is part of that. Like, seems like horror is where a lot of these like art house movies are getting kind of really creative and really fun, and
it seems like they're taking horror
surprising
seriously.
people.
It seems like they're taking it like a serious genre. I think it was I saw the director of Obsession saying that we can't treat horror fans like they're stupid because they're not stupid. So people are actually making like good movies that would fall under the thriller horror thing.
Yeah, I mean, but for so long, horror just lived in a place where they just kept like fucking trotting out these franchises over and over and over again, and they would do like cheap scares, and I guess like
they stopped treating horror fans like they're stupid and made good movies to entertain those people instead of just like rehashing the same horror tropes over and over again.
I think you're also seeing a lot of horror movies leaning into comedy as well in the same movie, and that is very, very palatable because when you see a good scary movie, you're like, fuck, I need something to kind of release me a little bit, release some of this tension. And if you get an awesome mix of horror and comedy, they just work in perfect tandem.
Well, I mean, that's common though. Like,
yeah, but I feel like they're doing it really well now.
Yeah.
Whereas like both the scares are good and the comedy is good.
Yeah. I think it might be Obsession Part 2. Who knows? Maybe I'll do a doubleheader or a tripleheader. Someone said Sheep Detectives.
I heard it's awesome.
I cannot wait to see Sheep Detectives. I think I'm going to have to. Julia's in Scotland right now, and
perfect time to see Sheep Detectives.
That's true. I could be like
her other boyfriend's name is Scott.
Yes, I'm just beautiful. Like you for real. No, I think she's going to want to see that, so I'm going to wait till she's back. In the meantime, I'll just bang out like 50 movies she wouldn't want to see. Oops, all horror movies. Obsession again. Okay, tomorrow we got a Friday episode. Don't forget, we do Friday during the playoffs, and it is a grand time. Everybody enjoy your night off from the hockey. Although, I don't know, you can go on Puckpedia or something, still do a lot of fun hockey shit. Or Memorial Cup, maybe that's going on tonight. Who's to say? I don't know, but I do know. We'll talk to you tomorrow, and we love you. Toodaloo. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to What Chaos here on YouTube. You will get everything, daily episodes, player interviews, and so much more. It's all here on the What Chaos YouTube. Hit subscribe.